Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today I wanted to show you this drawing that I made of Paul Atreides, or you may also know him as Lisan al-Gaib. And I wanted to share a little bit about why I made this drawing. First of all, Dune is my favorite book of all time, I think. The lore is as deep as the Lord of the Rings, in my opinion. I think Frank Herbert was a genius and he honestly did a lot of research to write this book. It involves religion, politics, imperialism, and one of the first books to involve environmentalism. And it's all set in this universe and this frightening planet, Dune. The point is, I think it's awesome. It has intrigue like Game of Thrones and political mind games, and it's so delicious to read. There is really so much mind games in this book. That the movies don't do it justice, and it's really because it can't. They cannot just tell you exactly what everyone is thinking all the time. So even though the movies are awesome, I mean, if you are interested, you should definitely read the book. It's one of the best sci-fi series of novels ever written. It is also one of the most influential books. It influenced Star Wars, if you are into that. And actually the character of Paul Atreides, you can really tell it influenced Anakin, because Paul is basically Anakin before Anakin, right? Well, the second reason why I wanted to make this drawing is that, well, the movies, obviously, this drawing is based on the look, on the aesthetic of the movie, of Timothée Chalamet. The movies are great, are fucking awesome. Especially Dune Part 2. Holy shit. Dune Part 2, it is, I think, the Return of the King of sci-fi. Like, if the Return of the King is, like, hailed as the best fantasy movie of all time, I mean, Dune Part 2, to me, in my opinion, is the best sci-fi movie of all time. And while also it takes its liberties from the book, I think the liberties completely work. Like, for example, with Alia, I think it completely works better in the movie if we don't have an actual, like, little girl doing very evil stuff. That might work in the books, but I don't think it would work in the movies. So I completely agree with all the changes, and I cannot wait for Dune Part 3. Also, the changes in Chani are very interesting because in the book she's cooler with Paul from the start. And in the movie, she really is like takes the role of the opposition, of the messianic figure that Paul becomes. So the third reason I wanted to make this drawing is obviously because of Paul. He is the main character, and he's not always the good guy. He is a very complex and layered character. I mean, he starts as the typical hero archetype, but he slowly becomes, against his will, into this leader and messianic figure. He has a lot of internal struggles because obviously he doesn't want to become that, but at the same time he's seeking revenge for what they did, for what the Harkonnens did to his whole family. And you can understand that. That doesn't mean it's right, but it's really interesting, him as a character. Also the cultural integration, because he is from a very aristocratic family and he has to become a Fremen, which is a completely different culture and ethnic, and they have a completely different ethnic background. Also, there's a lot of moral ambiguity with this character, and after he becomes Lisan al-Gaib, he is basically a different person. I mean, he just completely gives into his destiny, and because of that, there's billions of people that will have to die in his name across the galaxy, in a jihad in his name. So he is a really interesting and layered character, whether it's in movies or in books, I think. And well, there you go. This is one of my tributes of one of the best sci-fi stories ever told and the best sci-fi movie ever made. So also I wanted to talk about how I made this drawing. Well, what I was thinking design-wise, I wanted to make this piece completely focused on Paul. I don't want it to have any other elements taken away from the protagonist of Lisan al-Gaib. And I just wanted to have Paul very detailed, with as much detail as I can. I wanted to be a little bit messy, because he is he's in Dune. There is like a lot of sand and stuff, and there is like a war going on, and so it needed to look a little bit messy, I think. I wanted to transmit that. The suit, I took it from the movie, and while the face is not exactly Timothée Chalamet's, because I honestly didn't want to copy his face, I wanted to make a new face for this one. Maybe the most difficult part of this drawing, honestly, was to design the cloth, like the cape parts, the floating, like flapping in the wind. I think that is one of the most difficult things to draw, but it really tells when you're a good artist. If you're a good artist, when you can draw cloth and it looks good. I always compare it with drawing hair, because in the same way it just can go anywhere, right? But with cloth, you have two sides. You always have two sides. And with hair, you can just have hair going anywhere. It doesn't really have a side, so you can draw it. It's easier to draw hair. But with cloth, you need to really take into account how it's gonna look for every wrinkle, for every movement. So a tip for anyone who's watching this, I would really suggest you to learn how to draw cloth, practice how to draw cloth. That is going to really elevate your art, because drawing cloth is basically doing form studies, and form studies are everything if you want to become a better artist. And it will really give away if you are a good artist, if you know how to draw clothes and wrinkles and cloth, and because it tells that you have done form studies. So that's my tip. If you're gonna take it, I advise you to do it if you wanna become a better artist. Also anatomy, also form studies in general, figure studies, gestures. I will get in detail more about them in the future. So for now, enjoy the rest of the drawing, and I'll see you at the end.
Like this whole world keeps on messing it up. Yeah, I thought that I could do better if I just believed. I'm thinking back to when you were in the sweater that you got from me. It's so complicated. Why is this suffocating? I felt elevated when you used to lay with me. Highs and lows. It's all the same. Highs and lows, highs and lows. Keep all your game. Highs and lows, highs and lows. It's all the same. Highs and lows, highs and lows. As
And well, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. It was really fun to draw this. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy the video and the process. And if you want to buy a print, I would really appreciate it. And you can do it on my imprint website. Hopefully, I think soon I will launch my own website where I'm going to sell also my original drawings, including this one. If you're interested, like and subscribe, especially subscribe for all my videos, upcoming videos that I'm gonna make. One of my next drawings is gonna be a little bit more nightmarish. I have wanted to draw something like really unsettling for a while, so I think I'm going to do that. So subscribe if you want to see that one. Thank you and see ya.